Praise be Jesus Christ. I'm reading from a Catholic news agency article written by Hannah Brockhouse on October 25th about a recently released book-length interview with Pope Francis, where Pope Francis says, quote, "Holy orders is reserved for men." Hannah writes, about the possibility of women deacons, Francis pointed out that the diaconate, quote, is the first degree of holy orders in the Catholic Church, followed by the priesthood, and finally the episcopate. She goes on to write, he said he formed commissions in 2016 and 2020 to study the question further. After a study in the 1980s by the International Theological Commission established that the role of deaconesses in the early church, quote, was comparable to the benedictions of abbesses, unquote. And then she goes on to write, asked about women's ordination bringing, quote, more people closer to the church, unquote, and optional priestly celibacy helping with priest shortages, Pope Francis said that he does not share these views. Quote, Lutherans ordain women, but still few people go to church. He said, quote, the priests can marry, but despite that, they can't grow the number of ministers. The problem is cultural. We should not be naive and think that programmatic changes will bring us the solution, said Pope Francis. Now, I want to tell you about Mother Angelica, the most powerful and influential Catholic in the American church in her time. She said, women in the priesthood, that's just a power play. That's ridiculous, Mother Angelica said. Quote, as it is, women have more power in the church than anybody. They build and run the schools. God has designed that men be priests, and we can't afford to deny God his sovereign rights. And from 1 Corinthians chapter 12, St. Paul says, to each is given the manifestation of the Spirit for the common good. Viva Christore!